What if I told you that there's a way to piggyback off the success of the big brands? These are the brands that everyone knows and loves, and we can utilize their brand power to spin off our own strategy and ride their success. Would you be interested in that kind of strategy? Well, today you are in luck, because that is what we're going to cover right now in this video. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, if you like the content, we do a lot of e-commerce optimization videos to help you get the most out of your existing traffic. I myself am the founder of growgurus.com, an e-commerce optimization agency where we help mostly 6- and 7-figure e-commerce stores optimize and grow their sites. Now, this strategy, as I said, is quite a unique one. So I'm going to let one of the brands who uses this strategy to go ahead and explain it on my behalf.
So I'm going to play a clip here that explains how Brandless uses their value proposition and how they use this kind of a competitor comparison to explain their superior pricing. So this is just a 50-second clip, and I'm going to go over some examples afterward. So let's just play the clip here.
Have to look on an ounce-by-ounce basis. The way in which we're able to offer $3 is by eliminating what we call the brand tax, which is the price that you pay for all of the inefficiencies in the system and for national brands. On average, across the entire Brandless assortment, you're going to save 40%, and in some of our beauty products that are phthalate-free and sulfate-free, as high as 370% brand tax savings. The reason why we chose 3 is because it's memorable, it's easy, and it actually makes the entry into that market so much broader than people otherwise thought, that they could afford organics for their family. They could afford those types of things. Eating healthy is expensive, but it actually doesn't need to be. And we're debunking that entire idea.
So the idea here is that you compare directly to the existing brands. You piggyback on their success. So here you are positioning this to be the same exact thing as what the brands offer, without the extra cost of branding. So let's go over this example in practice and see how other brands are using this to supercharge their marketing. So here's a couple of examples from the perfume or the fragrances industry. And here it is a fair game to have inspired by a famous perfume. So you can use this strategy to have people understand what kind of a product you have in the end, and then show that this product is a fair price alternative to the popular option. So there's a lot of perfume companies doing this exact thing. So here's one other example of Divine perfumes as well. You see the same Aventus from Creed here, that it's inspired by this perfume. So they just try to get as close to that original as possible. But you don't have to be in the perfume industry to use this. So here's a London Cashmere company. They sell Mongolian wool, and they use a similar approach here. So they explain it in a way that their supply chain is just shorter. So there's less middlemen, and of course less branding involved as well. So it explains their pricing advantage without discounting the product. So they can just say like, hey, our pricing is fair, but our products are still high quality and they're ethically made. But here, it's important to understand the whole. So this is a story that if you use these elements individually, it's not going to work for you, because people know that the cheap price, high quality doesn't go together. However, if you explain it, then it might just well do that. And I do recommend to also make it into a story. So here they are stating that 2 years ago they wanted to have this product, but they weren't able to find it in the market. So they needed to go ahead and do it themselves. And this is sort of explaining what's wrong with the alternatives. So you are, in a way, attacking the establishment here. And then, of course, you bring your own product as the alternative by doing that. So that's how they are positioning it. The whole idea here is that you have your value that is the same. So the same product benefits, same convenience, you just don't pay for the image part. And that way, the cost of that can be cheaper. Now, there's also been some brands that have shown this on their sites. So here's one way to explain it. you can just have that brand image on the graph be pretty massive. And of course, in luxury brands, they're probably like 80-90% even, or just marketing. If you think of Gucci, Louis Vuitton, etc. So there, you can really amp up the brand image cost and come up with your alternative pack that has the same material, perhaps has like similar attributes as the branded model without being as expensive. So there you have it. This is an easy to implement e-commerce strategy that you can use to showcase your product, explain why the pricing makes sense, etc. Now, if you are at least on the 6-figure per year range with your e-commerce store and you'd want some help with from my team and I, go to growgurus.com, and there you can learn more about our sparring services, and let's get you to 7 figures, 8 figures and beyond. Thank you very much for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.